Next, we will see some of the important definitions related to these three-phase systems. Already we have seen how this voltage is induced in three-phase voltages or three-phase coils, how this voltage is induced. So in this, the topic unit number 6, that is called as the polyphase AC circuits and single phase transfer, we are studying here the part A, that is called as the polyphase AC circuits. And before this we have seen how the three-phase voltages are generated in the three-phase coils or three-phase systems. So this topic, that is called as the important definition related to three-phase systems. So some of the important definitions which are required and used in these three-phase systems, in which first is called as the symmetrical systems. So how we will define the three-phase symmetrical systems? So in the symmetrical system, whenever the three voltages in three-phase system having the same magnitude, same frequency and same phase displacement, then we can say the three-phase system is the symmetrical systems. That means in other words, we can say whenever we want to call any particular three-phase system is the symmetrical system, in such cases that system has to be fulfilled these conditions, which is called as it should have the same magnitude. That means this three-phase system should have the same magnitude, it should have the same frequency, and the phase displacement among these three voltages should be same and equals, which we have seen in these three-phase voltage generations, that the three phase angles or phase displacement between this voltage R, Y and B are the same and equal, and it was the 120 degree. Then next, that is the phase sequence. How we'll define the phase sequence? So the sequence at which voltages reaches their positive maximum value is called as the phase sequence. So phase sequence will define in which sequence any voltages in the three-phase system reaches their positive maximum value is called as the phase sequence. From the phasor diagrams, already we have seen this phasor diagram, that is ER, EY and EB. This is the ER, EY and EB, all having this 120 degree phase shifts. If you rotate this three phasors in anti-clockwise directions, and if you take this point, in which how this phasors, how these voltages reaches their maximum values. So when this phasors rotated in the anti-clockwise directions, you can see at this particular point the voltage ER will reach first. After 120 of the ER, EY will reach. Then after the 120 of the EY, 120 degree of EY, EB will reach at this point. That means what? Here the phase sequence of this three-phase system is called as the R, Y and B. That means here at one particular point, when this three-phase voltages is rotating in the anti-clockwise directions, it reaches its positive maximum value with the sequence R, Y and B. If you rotate this into this directions, in that case what will be the phase sequence? Then the phase sequence, if you rotate it in this clockwise directions, you will find that B, Y and R will be the phase sequence in the clockwise directions. So it indicates that at which sequence the voltages reaches their positive maximum value is called as the phase sequence. Then third definition, that will be related to the load. This is related to the supply side, how this symmetrical system and the phase sequence is defined. But third definition, that is called as the balanced load. So how this balanced load will be defined? So whenever the three-phase load, either it is connected in the star configuration or the delta configurations, it is defined balanced only when the magnitude of all the three-phase impedances are same, their phase angles between each other, between all these three impedances should be same or equal, and the nature of all the impedances should be same. If these three conditions are satisfied of any load which may be connected in the star or the delta configurations, that load is called as the balanced load. Once again I will say that the magnitude of the impedances, that means value of that impedances should be same, then phase angles between these three impedances should be same, should be equals, and the most important is that the nature of impedances should be same. That means the type of the load, type of the impedances should be same. So either inductive, capacitive or resistive. that means the nature of that impedances, either it should be the inductive, that means all three impedances should be inductive, or all three impedances should be capacitive or resistive. That is called as the same nature. So whenever we want to call this any load is the balanced load, that means it should have the same impedance, it should have the phase angle equal, and it should have the same in natures, either inductive, capacitive, or the resistive. So this is a unit number 6 in which we are seeing here the part first, that is polyphase AC circuits. Okay, so here how these three-phase supply connections are made. So two types of the supply connections are generally used in the three-phase alternators or even in three-phase motors. That is called as the star connection and the delta connections. So whenever the voltage is generated in the three coils, these three coils are not connected separately to the loads, but they are interconnected in the star configurations or in the delta configurations. If they are separately connected to the single phase loads, that is three loads, three phases, three coils, if they are connected to the three loads, it will require the 6 wires. So instead of that, these three-phase supply connections are made either in the star configurations or in the delta configurations. So here we'll see the first, that is connection, that is called as the star connections or the star configurations. So how this supply system is connected in the star configurations. As we know, these are the three coils, are the three phases of coils which are having the two ends. One is starting end and one is finishing ends. So that means here the coil R, Y and B, three coils having one starting end and another is the finishing ends. So in the star configurations, either the starting end or the finishing end of all three coils are connected together, and that point is called as the neutral point, and such type of configuration connections is called as the star connections. That means here either the one end, that is starting end of all the three coils, or finishing end of the three coils are connected together at one point, and that point is called as the neutral point, and this connection is called as the star connections. So here you can see this R coil having the two ends, that is one is starting end and finishing end, which we have named it as the R1, R2. Similarly the coil Y, Y1, Y2, and coil B is B1 and B2. So here you can see that R1, Y1 and B1 are kept open to connected the load, and R2, Y2 and B2 are connected together and at one point, and that point is called as the neutral points, and such connections are called as the star connections. So same star connections can be represented by this way also. Here you can see this R1, R2, Y1, Y2 and B1 and B2 are the end, either starting end and the finishing ends of this coils. So R2, Y2 and B2 are connected at one point, and that point is called as the neutral points, and such type of connections is called as the star connections. Then second is called as the delta connections. So in the delta connections, the three phases of the coils or three phases are connected such that finishing end of the first coil is connected to the starting end of the second coils, and finishing end of second coil is connected to the starting end of third coil, finishing end of the third coil is connected to the starting end of first coil. That means here the finishing end of the one coil is connected to the starting end of the other coil in such a way that all these connections are formed as the closed loop, and that is called as the, and such type of connections are called as the delta connections. So here you can see that R1, R2, Y1, Y2, B1 and B2 are these are the terminals, end terminals of the coils R, Y and B. So here you will find that R2 and Y1, that means finishing end of this coil R, that is R2, and starting end of this coil Y, that is Y1, they are connected together. Here again Y2 and B1 is connected together, and here B2 and R1 is connected together. And the point where these two ends are connected, that points are connected to the load systems. Okay, so such type of connections is called as the delta connections or delta configurations. Similarly here, the same delta connections, you can observe here this R1, R2, this R2 is connected to Y1, this Y2 is connected to B1, and this B2 is connected to this R1. And the junctions of these connections, that is starting end and finishing end, are kept open for the connections. So here R, Y and B are the three connections which are kept open to connect the load systems. So such type of connections are basically used in this three-phase supply connections. Similar connections are also used for the three-phase loads also. In the supply connections, only the voltage or supply is connected to the load, whereas in the load system, the supply is connected to the load sides. That means here you will find that the supply is outgoing and connected to the load system, whereas in the load connections, that means the same connections are there in the three-phase load. That means star connection and the delta connections are also possible there. Whenever the three phases of the loads are there, they may also connected in the star configuration as well as in the delta configurations.